Hi, everyone. It's the end of week 2 of global sustainability. This week, we focused on environmental sustainability, whilst continuing to recognise the interconnectedness of the 3 pillars of sustainability in terms of the content. This week, we looked at some tools for quantifying human impacts on the environment, and one of these was the ecological footprint calculator. In the online classroom, a lot of you said that the calculator helped you identify areas of your life where you could perhaps be more sustainable, which is one of my favourite things about the tool. It can be helpful to track your consumption patterns over time and see how you're progressing towards your sustainability goals. But there are also some concerns about the ecological footprint calculator, and one of the major ones is that it sort of shifts the burden of responsibility for sustainable practice solely to the consumer, as opposed to producers or even decision makers. And some of you mentioned this in the online classroom, and I think this would be a fantastic talking point for our live Q&A next week, so we can unpack this a bit further. In one of this week's polls, you considered which environmental ethic most closely aligned with your personal beliefs about environmental sustainability, from the choices of anthropocentrism, biocentrism, and ecocentrism. Interestingly, the majority of you selected ecocentrism. And this is interesting to me because we undoubtedly live in an inherently anthropocentric society. And I feel that the interest this cohort has shown in ecocentrism and also biocentrism in the poll is probably a bit of a selection bias associated with the people who have enrolled in this module, because you obviously already have a special interest in sustainability. And this was also reflected in the discussion forum, where many of you felt it was easier to identify limitations than strengths in the anthropocentric worldview. And this is also something we could discuss next week. And as some food for thought, I would like to highlight Tash's and Catherine's comments on the issue in the online classroom, which were, and I'm paraphrasing here, that although the idea that humans are separate from nature can be harmful, like Professor Michael Sean Fletcher spoke about in his short video, a positive reframing of that hierarchy could mean that our transcendence of nature means we have a responsibility to care for and protect nature in ways that it is unable to care for itself. So I'll leave you with that thought for now. And as always, I've loved engaging with you in the online classrooms this week. So keep up the great engagement for the next 3 weeks. I'll see you next week in our live Q&A. And don't forget to bring along any questions or discussion points that you'd like to cover. We'll see you then.